Welcome to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans. I'm your girl, Chassie B.
I'm Denise. And Nicole's not here. Welcome.
Welcome! I was like, is she
Nicole
waiting
has,
on Cola?
right? Nicole had to go handle some family business, so you just getting me and Chassie B tonight. But we're going to try to keep the show on the road until she returns. But thanks for joining in. Thanks for following us and watching our videos and subscribing and liking. Please share. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. I say this every week, but we really want to hear what you think and what you would like to hear more of. So please let us know what's going on. But first of all, we're going to start with foreplay. Sir Chassie, give us your this or that question.
Okay. Would you rather get a massage with maple syrup or peanut butter?
Ooh. Neither. I guess I don't know. That's weird. Cause syrup is so sticky. I can't even stand to have syrup on my hands when you're eating pancakes. But I'm sitting here trying to visualize how peanut butter would feel on your body. It's a little weird. Is it regular peanut butter or crunchy?
We're gonna go with regular. No crunchy.
I guess I go with the regular Peter Pan extra smooth peanut butter. I guess. But don't get it near my lady parts because I ain't trying to be at the hospital.
have a yeast infection, bacterial vaginosis, maggots.
Have you ever watched them videos where people be having maggots in their skin or in their wounds or something? That freaks me out.
This girl, gosh, I can't remember her name, but anyway, she was doing nursing school, right? And she had worked at a gynecologist. And the woman came in and she had maggots in her vagina. And so they was asking her, what happened. And she said that her husband liked to eat stuff out of her. And he had ate some tuna or something. It was something fishy.
Tuna?
But he had put it in her and ate it.
Oh,
and ate it out of her. And I guess some stayed in there and she had maggots. And I was just like,
sorry. All right. That's a whole nother level of fruit.
Yes.
It's a whole nother level.
See, I'm now.
But how does it get to the point where it gets to maggots? Because you didn't feel
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because a fly has to get up there, right? A fly has to lay an egg in order for a maggot to come. Am I right? Am I wrong?
I really don't know, honestly. I don't know the history of maggots. Maggots, honestly, I have no idea. Either way, I'm just thinking like...
I think that's how it works.
We have to Google it and see. But either way, if some juice moved the wrong way, I'm over there like, okay, so I can't imagine. There's no maggot down there.
Floppy, and you just don't know. And then he done set her down and done laid some eggs, and then you got maggots crawling out your coochie.
Oh, you know how nasty. First of all, I don't even like tuna like that, but to have tuna down there, I would never. You hear me? Never.
I just want to know what else he done put down there and ate out of, stuck a hot dog up in there, sucked it out.
Oodles and noodles. I don't know.
A fork. Rolling it around the fork. Juices is real good.
Okay, next subject. I'm careful about just everything down there. Like I treat my lady parts as sensitive areas, so I don't even use like certain washes down there. I don't do nothing. if I'm gonna use some whipped cream, it's gonna stay, on the top of area. It ain't gonna go down in the crease. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you talking about tuna?
Food, just food. But yeah, especially tuna. That's a bit merch.
I bet she was rank after that. Rank. He ain't got a bit of a smell, a sense of smell if he eat tuna like that. All right.
Ooh, let's get this chicken of the sea and put it in you.
What if it was in the back of the can, or they cut up a fish? So many questions. Just so many questions. I just don't understand.
Anyway, so my answer is peanut butter because, syrup is disgusting. It's sticky.
Yeah, it's sticky and it smells. I don't even like that. Like when Ethan, I'm saying his name, but he loves pancakes, and I don't even like him to come up and kiss me afterwards because of the stickiness and the smell of syrup. Like the later effect of the smell of syrup, I can't. No, you can have it. I'll take the peanut butter. I
hate it.
If I got to make a choice.
I don't eat like waffles and pancakes.
Really? You don't eat them at all?
Because I don't like syrup.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ain't nothing like a good waffle or a good pancake. And when that bacon hit the syrup a little bit on your plate with it, woo! That's what a big girl.
No, thank you. Syrup is nasty.
Right. Oh, man. All right. I got one. Would you rather have the best house in a bad neighborhood or the worst house in a good neighborhood?
The worst and a good.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on the house. Like what they mean by worst. I need to know like the specifics. Like you talking about holes in the floor?
Like, yeah.
Or you talking about just cosmetically bad? Or is it just like we ain't got no plumbing? Like how bad you talking? Like I need to know.
Right. Like is it $100,000 house compared to $1 million houses?
Right. But yeah, living in a bad neighborhood would be rough. If it was me by myself, maybe, but I wouldn't want my kids to be in a bad neighborhood because Black kids already got enough against them. They don't need to have bad influences on top of it. So.
Girl, and then this children of mine, they want to be po and ghetto so bad. I be like, the little one, he be walking around here rapping, talking about, yeah, mama do, da-da-da-da-da. And I said, you want me to be a ain't shit mama so bad, and you want to be living on the system.
Oh,
I'm about to take y'all there so y'all can see how it is.
Well, at least they in that mind frame. Mine think I got money. Like, I got bukus. Like, I could just buy stuff off the wheel. Like, oh, no. Ethan already talking about he want another game system again. I'm like, I'm not buying no more game system. You're going to wait till you get grown. I'm not doing it. It costs too much now. A new game costs $70, $80. Ain't nobody got time. When we was kids, game systems was cheap.
Right.
And the games was only like $15, $20.
Right.
For to be buying no $80 game for you to be tired of it a week later. Ain't nobody got time. No.
They didn't want another one. I done beat every game on that one. Well, play it again. Start over.
Right.
Try to master it.
Clear it off and act like it's new. So yeah, I guess I would want to live in a good neighborhood. It's kind of hard for me to imagine the worst house because I done been in some pretty bad houses.
Me too.
I'm thinking of some of these bad houses and I'm like, I couldn't do it. So, but if you had a good house in a bad neighborhood, you ain't gonna keep nothing anyway. So you might as well stay in the good neighborhood.
Right.
That's like people winning the lottery and building a mansion in the hood.
Like it's a house in Durham. I think it's Austin Avenue. I was going to Durham one weekend, and I'm just riding. It's like the regular Austin Avenue houses. Nothing, not too run down, just normal houses. That slab in the middle is $1 million house.
Wow.
And I was like, wait a minute. Let me turn around and make sure I saw what I thought that I saw. Like the Jetsons is living with the Flintstones. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
I turned around, I went back around, it was true. It was there.
Well, you know, a lot of these bigger cities is trying to, like, you know, beautify bad neighborhoods. That ain't the right word, but what is it, gentrification or whatever the case may be? But they trying to, like,
I was about to say
take over these bad neighborhoods and stuff, and put like pretty houses in them. Like, the houses is gonna make a difference. If you still got poor people living in the neighborhoods, and ain't fixing the problem. But but that might be the case. That might be the beginning of like a new like subdivision, meaning they might be trying to buy out the other houses and build. You know how these rich folks do. They think they own everything.
Yeah. Jackasses.
All right, but on to the next segment, we have our what's happening nan. And the first topic we have on the agenda is is the Red Table Talk. I don't know if anyone watches Red Table Talk, but I don't watch it as much as I should. But if I see one on there that seems pretty interesting, I may click on it. Like, I watched the one where like Will and Jada talked about, you know, the August Alsina mess and
the entanglement.
Right, the entanglement. I watched one where her mom was talking about how she used to be on drugs and crack and how she had to rage, you know, so it'd be some good information on there. But the one that we watched this week had Ice Cube, and it had a professional athlete and a lawyer. I'm sorry, I don't know their names right this second. But they were talking about the contract. Something like that. They was talking about the contract for Black America. So Chaz, did you get a chance to watch it?
Yes, I finally got to watch it all the way through, and it was good. Like, a lot of the things that he pointed out in the contract was things that, to me, should be logical, and it shouldn't even have to be a contract drawn up for it. Like, why don't we already have these things? Why isn't this common sense that these things aren't provided to the Black community?
Right.
Or to the lesser community, not necessarily the Black community. There's also people not of color that go to these same schools and stuff that's not getting the the funding that they deserve because they live on the lower end side of a town or whatever.
Right. Right. Yeah, I did like that. One of the things that he had that Ice Cube had, or whoever worked on it, put in a contract, is that they're going to take all the money from all the taxpayers and put it in one pot and spread it out between all schools versus just having like certain communities tax money paying for schools, which it should be like that anyway. It doesn't make sense for a school to be here and have all these electronics and all these books and things like that, and then you go 3 miles down the road and they have to share books or print out papers because they don't have enough funding for books or supplies for kids. So it should be like that anyway. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I guess I kind of understand. No, I don't understand it. I was trying to see it from both point of views, but but at the end of the day, it's the rich people supplying for the rich people, and the poor people having to make it any way they can, and it shouldn't be like that. We are all one America. We are all one country. It should be all the same. We're supposed to be the most rich and most stable country in the world, and we still got people living in the streets. So we still got people not being able to eat, and we still got people that's just not making it day to day. I mean, minimum wage ain't even enough to pay bills or live off of, and it just doesn't make sense. That it's not fair. It hasn't been fair for lower income families at all, but it really has not been fair for the Black community ever since slavery, really. I mean, a lot of the things that these politicians give us is based on, I want to give you this so y'all get off my back. It ain't because they feel bad for the communities and want to actually help.
Right. That's true.
I think it's time to make things fair, man. We in 2020. It's time to make it fair. One of the things I thought was interesting that I didn't know, I really am big in the Holocaust. I used to love learning about the Holocaust. I don't really know why, but that was the part of history that I was really into. And I didn't realize that they got reparations, or whatever the word is, for going through that. And we had slavery here for how many years? Ain't get nothing.
Ain't getting nothing.
Ain't even got I'm sorry. Ain't got nothing. Like, I don't understand.
And if we do get a sorry, and I'm sorry, it's a but at the end. So just save your I'm sorry. If you got to put a but
Exactly.
with it.
Exactly. Like they had mentioned in the video, like people who do say, people feel like they don't have to say sorry because they wasn't here then, or it wasn't, them, owning slaves. But if your family owns slaves and you still carry on some of those rituals or some of those businesses that you own that came from starting of slavery, then just say, even if you just say, I truly feel for you and I'm sorry that my family put you through that. That's better than just saying, well, I didn't do it, so why y'all be, on my back?
Yeah, you don't necessarily. You really ain't even got to say sorry to me because I don't want your sorries. But don't sit here and say, well, my family had to work for da 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 da, and that's how we got this. Okay, that's fine, Becky. But could you tell me how long it took for your family to get to this point whenever they was no longer thought of as being property and finally became to be a person? Whenever
Right.
you could tell me how long it got for them to do that, then maybe we can discuss you
Right.
working hard and all that kind of stuff. We was property at one time. You
Yeah.
was never property.
Right. Right. And
So tell
and
me how you got
and
out of that struggle.
right. And some of these people, these Confederate believers or whatever the case may be, are just so big about saying, this is our country, but none of us was here. Most people that's here didn't come from here. The Indians was here first, but y'all just came right on in and stuck your little flag in or whatever the case may be and say this is mine. Y'all just took it, and to this day, it's so much easier for y'all to get funding. It's so much easier for y'all to get grants and own businesses and get lending and get good rates, get housing, get jobs. Like it's 10 times easier for y'all to get all of these things. So I don't want to hear nothing about y'all work for it. Cause I mean, I ain't saying y'all ain't work for it, but it's a way easier path than it is for the black community.
Hmm.
Yeah, because one of the things they had mentioned is like black banks, trying to get funding to give more loans and more money to the black community. And initially I think they was looking at just trying to get the government to give more funding, but even they was like, I mean, getting good funding from the government be all fine and dandy, but it's not gonna make a difference if they're gonna put so many rules in place that they still can't get the loans. Which is sad
Right.
that it's even different. Like, why isn't there not the certain guidelines for you to qualify to get things, and then that's it? Why I got to be based on where you live, what your demographics are, so on and so forth. So I thought it was just like you said, so many things that they said that they're asking for should already be in place. It should just be
Hmm.
basic human rights,
Yep.
and it's not.
That's true.
One
Mm-mm.
part that was really interesting in it was the Police Reform Act. I thought it was really good that they wanted to make like I thought that police already had mandatory use of dashboard cams and body cams, but there's some places
Not
that
in
don't.
all places. Not in all places.
That's
And in
crazy.
some of them, they claim that they don't have the funding to get it.
Really, that's what we
Person
going.
county.
Okay. Yeah, no. And then like elimination, it says that they want to so what is I'm trying to read it off, but it says they mandatory use of dashboards and body cams, elimination of chokeholds and no not warrants, so they can't just bust in people's homes and shoot them, don't even know who they are yet, which is ridiculous. um de-escalation training requirement to update training and severe penalties for evidence of tampering, including withholding DNA, a federal database for police and disciplinary records established and made public, and once fired for a cause cannot be rehired. So that means you don't get fired on paid
Amen.
leave and then get a job in the next county and do the same mess you did. Because a lot of the folks that get
Right.
a lot of the police officers in the news for doing these acts to, the black community got a record. Like they done done it before.
Right.
Which is
And they're like, oh
ridiculous.
yeah, he done it in Wisconsin and went over to Montana and got a job. Like, how is that even possible? It's like, I know I always relate back to the health field because that's what I'm in. But if a nurse gets fired for something that she done, it's on
Mm-hmm.
record, and she more than likely can't get hired anywhere else. And if she does
Mm-hmm.
get hired, they are able to see what she done
Right.
to get fired, or if she lost her license, what happened to make her lose the license. Like all of that is public record. I don't, and these are people that actually that. I mean, I guess nursing you do take an oath because I was gonna say these are people that don't take an oath, but they do
Yeah,
take
they
an oath
do. They
to
do.
serve the community. Um, but they ain't walking around with guns and stuff and just shooting people and choking them out
Right.
and everything. Like if
Right.
you can't fire one person and hold them to a higher standard than you hold other people that are supposed to protect people.
Right. Protect and serve.
Like
And that means protect and serve the community, not protect and serve yourself. Like,
right.
do right by the people, no matter what their color is, no matter what their race is, no matter where they live. I just hate that they just. I mean, I know everybody judge, even we judge. I mean, that's just in our nature to be in this country because that's what we
Mm-hmm.
know. But it's like, how do you just look at someone and automatically hate them without even knowing their name? Don't know nothing about them just because you don't like the way they
Knowing their
look.
story.
Right. Like y'all big to say that the black communities make bad decisions, but you didn't go through what they went through. You didn't go through having to be raised up without a father in the home most of the time. I mean, some do, but we black communities don't have fathers in the home. Black communities are raised with drugs in the environment. Black communities are raised 9 times out of 10, black women are molested or raped by their own family members because of the atmosphere that they're raised in. I mean, it's just so many things that's against us already. So,
And even like the drug thing, like for a long time, the black community was dying from crack overdose and all this kind of stuff, and nothing was done. These people were put in jail for doing drugs and selling drugs. As soon as the white community got a hold to opiates and all these people are out there dying, using meth and all this kind of stuff, all of a sudden you make some Narcan and you can bring people back from the dead. And then you got Medicaid that's helping pay for um, medication to help get these people off of drugs. You getting them off one drug, putting them on another drug.
right.
That's a whole nother story, but whatever.
Right.
But you're willing to help these people because you done lost too many of your own people. So now all of a sudden you got to do something to help fix the community. But really you still ain't you only helping your people because these are the people that those drugs help are the people that are doing those drugs, and 9 times out of 10, black people don't do those drugs that they are helping with.
The most everybody do drugs across the scope, but the most you're gonna find most of the time in the black community is weed. That ain't hurt nobody. You ain't never heard nobody go smoke blunt and then go run down the highway naked and kill people. Like, so I'm just like,
right. No, look. So then, too many white people started smoking weed. It's too many white people smoking weed, and they want to infuse it in their food and all that kind of stuff. So now they're legalizing weed in places. Now you got men, black people in prison for selling marijuana for years. You got them in there for years, and now all of a sudden y'all gonna legalize it because too many of y'all smoke it.
Yeah.
Make it make sense, America.
Right. And they touch, I mean, we're not going to, talk, we ain't going to take up the whole podcast talking about it, but they touch a little bit on that too, about giving people who's on their first offense, getting them, releasing them from prison, and not, making a drug charge be so serious. Like, it's people out here who rape women and get 4 years, but somebody who sell drugs get 20. Please explain. Like, that doesn't make sense to me at all.
It doesn't make sense.
And it's this one documentary on Netflix. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it pretty much like gives it's talking about the biggest drug dealer in the world. I can't think, it's a black man. I can't think of his name right now. But when it went down into the weeds of the information, it was actually the government, the FBI or the CIA or whatever the case may be, who was bringing the drugs over here and selling them.
Ding, 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 ding,
and making money off us. So it's y'all fault in the first place that people are addicted to it. And you put it into the lower minority communities, and then they got addicted, and then you want to blame them.
Ding, 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 ding.
But to sum it up, the one of the parts that I really love and respect is that we are, a lot of the black community is so quick to say that what everybody else is doing wrong, but they don't want to take responsibility for their own actions. So one of the things that I did like is that the last thing on it is talking about black responsibility, and it pretty much says that, It says chronic poverty creates an atmosphere full of negativity, frustration, hopelessness, depressions, alcoholism, so on and so forth. It says as we begin to gain social and economic equality, it is our duty to clean up ourselves and our community. So they pretty much saying that this is a two-way street. So don't expect us to ask all of these things of the government and then we don't want to do our part. Pretty much, we got to take responsibility because we can't blame everything. I mean, at the end of the day, Black people might be, some of the Black communities might be on drugs, but that's your choice. Even though the government supplying it, even though whoever's selling it, even though whatever the case might be, at the end of the day, it's your choice. Ain't nobody forcing you to smoke that blunt. Ain't nobody forcing you to be on that crack pipe or whatever the case may be. So at some time or another, we got to take responsibility for our own actions and create a positive atmosphere and also forgive. We can't control what other people do to us. We can only control how we react.
Amen.
So let's let it go and let's try to be a better people ourselves because we can't ask for them to treat us better if we don't want to act better. And that's pretty much it goes into deeper, but if you want to learn more about it, there's a whole website. It's called contractwithblackamerica.us, and it pretty much gives a break. It has the full contract, but it also has like a breakdown, just hit the highlights of the contract on it. And you can actually go on there and sign it. So I actually signed it as I was reading it to say, I agree with this. So it can get more signatures as it goes with the little poll or whatever the case may be. So please look into that. But on to the next topic. We're going to hit a little bit on this, but we ain't going to go too deep because I might get mad. Child. We're going to talk about Trump and this daggone coronavirus.
What virus?
That part. So many people that I have friends that support Trump, which I really don't understand why. But they was like, no, he really got it. It's other people in the office that had it as well. I'm like, I'm not taking away from it that he may have it. I don't think he did. But then he came back out and said, 2 days later? Oh, I feel great. I feel better than I ever did. Don't let this virus bring you down.
Prednisone makes me feel good for 3 days too.
I just pray. I pray that folks do not fall for him just trying to look good before the vote. He been in office 4 years and he done more in these last 6 months than he ever have. So I just pray that they don't fall for it. Please go vote. Please.
With him saying the whole don't let it fear you, don't fear it and all this kind of stuff. Like that is a whole slap in the face to the 200 and something thousand people that done lost their lives, as well as their family members. And then not only that, sir, you got this virus and went to the hospital, but you were still getting paid. There's other people out here that if they come in contact with somebody that has the virus, or if they cough too hard, they have to stay out of work for how many other days that their job makes them stay out of work. Some of these jobs are making you use your PTO time, and you can go through your PTO time like that. So then you doing it with you sitting out of work with no money. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with you. It's just you got allergies, you got a headache. You was around somebody that had it, and just to be on the safe side, you can't go to work to lower the risk of passing it to other people. Like, it's so much more than just beating it. It's also economic, like financially, mentally, emotional. Like, people are going through so much right now with this virus. Like, kids can't go to school. Parents have to cut their work hours and all this kind of stuff. It's more than just beating the virus. Beating the virus is amazing, but everything else that has went on because of this virus is not good.
Right. And you downplaying it. You over there downplaying like, don't let it get you down. Really? You fake.
That's like telling somebody that got stage 4 cancer. That's like me having a cold, just a regular old cold, and I'm telling somebody with stage 4 cancer, you know what? I beat it. You can too.
Right.
Jackass.
Don't worry like that. I mean, I've had family members who have gotten sick from it and felt like a grown tail man. One of my uncles had it, a grown tail man, and he was literally bawling because his chest was hurting so bad. I mean, everything under the sun was happening. Like, he started out at home and it wasn't working. He had to go to the hospital for days. And then my grandpa had got it. And then he was worried about him. And that was making him cry even more because he was older. And and then I had a cousin who actually died from COVID. So it's just a slap in the face to be like, this ain't like pretty much that people are making bigger than it has to be. Which, number one, you got medicine that ain't even given to the public. You saying I took this medicine and it made me feel great hours later. So why ain't these other people getting it? If it's that amazing.
Exactly.
He just made, I don't think
and then like like whenever the virus first came out, they was talking about how it attacks your lungs and all this kind of stuff. As somebody that got asthma, like I was terrified to go outside, to go anywhere. Like I would not do anything. And then the only thing I would do was go to the grocery store, and that's because I absolutely had to feed my kids. Had I been here by myself, I would have just been eating crackers and shit and would have been okay.
Right.
And then I ended up getting sick, and I was sick for like 2.5, 3 weeks. And finally, I went on to the don't die. Finally, I went.
Sorry, continue. Coronavirus. No.
So finally, I ended up going to get tested, and by the time I went to go get tested, it came back negative. I honestly think that I had it. I think that I had like the mild part of it, which is amazing if I did have it because of the asthma that I already have. But when I tell you, like, I would be fine for like 5-10 minutes and have like so much energy, and then all of a sudden it felt like somebody just threw bricks on me, and I was tired, and all I could do was lay in the bed, and then I would shiver, and then my asthma did act up a little bit, but I don't know if it was because of the sickness or was it because of my anxiety,
Right.
And I was in my room for 2.5, 3 weeks, quarantined from my kids. Like, they would come to the door and I'm like, get out, because I don't want you to get sick. Like,
Right.
Dude, you went and did a whole parade.
Honey. Why? Just shut up.
I couldn't kiss my kids. Couldn't kiss my kids for 2 weeks.
Right.
And you out here doing a whole damn parade. Boy, kiss my ass.
Right. Yeah, I have a feeling I had got really sick like last November. I think it was like the end of towards November, the end of the month. And after I found out about Corona, I'm like, I had to have it because I felt terrible. Mm-hmm. Like I had this cough so bad that you would have thought I smoked 55 packs of cigarettes, and my chest was hurting, and I had one of them fevers, like you said, where I was hot, but I was shivering. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so bad. And I'm like, I think I actually might have had it. But Trump knew about the dang virus and didn't tell us February or whatever.
February.
Like, come on, dude. Like, oh, it ain't nothing. It's the Chinese virus. Like, you so ignorant. Just sit down somewhere, please, sir. just stop. Just bye. I'm just counting down the days. Counting down the days to get him out of there. Please, y'all, go vote. Please. I know you feel like that it ain't no point of going to vote because, it's the worst of two evils, but Biden and Harris has got to be better than Trump. Come on, y'all. Let's vote, please.
We're going to hope they are. And don't vote for somebody else because you don't like neither one of them. Vote for Biden or either Trump. Do not vote for Kanye. Do not vote for Tropicana juice.
Really?
Vote for one or the freaking other.
Honey, if Kanye
because voting for somebody else outside of those two is a vote for Trump.
Exactly.
Now.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, like we said on the last podcast, that people put their lives on the line for us to go vote. So I didn't vote last time, but best believe it would never happen again. I will be there. Early voting, I'm going to be right there in front of the line.
Me too. Let me see what you got
I'll be right there. Mask and all. All right, lastly, we had these two serious topics, and we just wanted to have this last topic to kind of lighten the mood a little bit. Lighten the mood and make your screen nice and pretty. Black do not crack. Do you believe black crack? Some black do crack.
Because I'm 76.
Really? Really? Hey, Cecily Tyson been 100 since she been out in the streets. She been old
girl, and still look good.
But she still do look good though. You can't take that forever, but yeah, no. All right, let me share my screen. I was really surprised at some of these ages. I don't know if you was. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. 46 years old. I hope I look like that when I'm 46. Ooh.
Okay, Nelly.
Now this Nelly. This ain't the best picture, but 49. I know some people who 29 don't look this good.
Child.
Honey.
I just don't know. Like Method Man has always looked good, but age just does him so much better for some reason.
Does him so right. I'm sorry, Chris. Tyson Bedford, 50 years old. I feel like they lying.
Look younger than me.
Right, he look better than me.
I know we should have fact checked some of this.
Ooh, Shamar Moore, 50. The only thing that aging is his beard. That's it.
Right, and then look at that dip. I love dips like that. Dips like that just make my.
T.I. 40. I don't really. I like T.I. for his mind. I don't really think he looked that great though. But that's just me, my opinion.
You don't know what I
think
like
he
about
look
T.I.
as good as he is because of his intelligence.
I like T.I. because he goes from like being hood to putting on a suit. I think that is like so sexy.
Your man be doing that, Jesus.
I know, that's why I love him. I love him.
Jesus, yeah, I think his intelligence make him look good. But
I love you.
Because he intelligent enough. He could run for president. LL 52. You need love.
Woo.
Is he married? I don't even know.
Let it look. You know what? I don't know. I really don't know.
Nice.
The LL been the age since. Good God Almighty. You know what? I would let Nas.
You would let Nas eat tuna out?
From right here all the way up to the top of his forehead.
I need to act like I'm a wife. I ain't gonna say nothing. Omar Epps. Ooh, I've always liked Omar. Love basketball.
Just his eyes. Something about his eyes. He could be like, you know what? You stupid. And I'm like, you know what? I probably was when I did that.
Sometimes his eye didn't be right. I was confused. Every now and then that eye had personality of his own on one side.
Hey, don't you be judging his eye. Look, now I'm going to go back and look at all the pictures to see. I'm like, oh, yeah, it is a lazy eye.
Here lately, I haven't seen it, though, but it was a little period in time when I was like, what's going on with his eye?
He was acting like Forrest Whitaker.
He's stupid. I don't know why Fabulous in this list. I don't mean no harm. But him out.
Go ahead, pass that. Ain't nobody.
Look at that ear.
Bye.
Now,
no, nobody cares. I don't care if he was 76.
Woo!
Yes. Lorenz. A little short, but yes.
I don't care.
45. I mean, you the same height as him.
You know what? Morris Chestnut.
51.
51. They should have put him in that picture last week instead of Flavor Flav. That would have been a good picture. Now I can't deal with that. They gonna put Flavor Flav on I'm trying to figure out how he got about 1,100 kids. Must be money. I didn't know he was 56. This ain't really a great picture.
Oh, wow. That's the dude from Girlfriends, ain't it? Maybe. Darnell?
I don't know. I didn't watch
it. It looks like him.
I didn't watch
think that is
Girlfriends
him.
like that, but I always remember him in Juice when he acted all crazy in Juice.
Lord, look, take away my black card. I forgot about you.
He been in quite a few things, but that's all I remember right now.
Look, I guess because I've been looking at Girlfriends.
Will, once he grown into his ears, he was all right. For a while, them ears, them antennas. And he was hearing the sun come up in the morning, okay? No ears was out there.
Is that the sunset? Is that the sunrise? I heard
it. You breathing all right? You might need to. Lenny Kravitz. I don't really care about Lenny Kravitz like that. But he got a nice body, though.
He got a nice body. Yeah, a big salon. Okay, Mr. Magnum.
I cannot. Genuine. It's 50. This ain't the best picture of him, I don't think.
Genuine, to me, looks artificial. Like, he don't necessarily look real. He cute, but he look...
His face look weird in this picture.
Yeah.
I don't know. That beard ain't working or something.
Yeah. That could be it. That could be it. Maybe he need to grow the sideburns to make it
connected.
Yeah, that's what he needs. Yeah,
he
needs some sideburns.
That might not be his. It might be one of them little sewed-in beards or glued-on beards. No people.
That's probably what it is. A lace front. Lace front beard.
I don't even know. Shy. I know what Shy is. I don't remember this dude though.
And how old is he?
51. Shy's, and if I ever fall, that's Shy, right?
Ever fall in love again.
Next. Dalvin from Jodeci. Everybody in Jodeci, they picked this one. I don't even remember. I don't know who that is. He 49 though.
I am not. You know who Dalvin is.
Jamie Foxx. That's a good hairline. Every now and then his hairline painted on not that great. That's a pretty good hairline right there.
Oh God. No,
Michael
we're not going to do that.
47.
You know what? Them eyes, they talk to me. Hello, Michael.
Boris Kojo is 47.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
now these people are in their 30s.
Leon is 58.
Leon. What? I think that he is like really cute. Mm-hmm. And like a normal type of cuteness. Right. Not like Hollywood type of cuteness. Like your friend's daddy. And you be like, ooh, tell your daddy I said hey. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Leon. And Denzel Washington, which I don't really think Denzel that cute, but he's 65. He do look good. I think
time has done Denzel good. Yeah, I think Denzel has always been good looking, but I think time has done him really, really good. He looks good.
Yeah.
Hey, Denzel.
Have you ever seen his wife though? You ever see somebody's spouse and they don't look like they match?
Nope. We're not gonna do that. Let me see.
Honey.
Oh.
She look.
It's the wig.
she just don't look like she match. She don't look like. Look at it right there. She look like his mama.
Oh, she do look a little bit older than him.
This one ain't that bad, I guess. Is that the same woman?
There she go.
That's some good lighting.
Wife Pauletta.
Yeah.
She looks good. Right here. Is that the same one?
That's when they was younger, so maybe that's when she was younger, she just don't age as good as him.
Maybe it was the hair. It was the hair. You know how sometimes we have our hair a certain way and be like, ooh, like right now I'm looking like somebody's auntie.
Not somebody.
The way that I curl my hair, I'm looking like somebody's auntie right now.
You see it.
It's the wig. But no, this ain't a wig. This is all mine.
Nah, that's all his. That's all his. All right, on to the next segment. We're gonna go to social media minutes. And for our social media minute, you know, everybody's doing online learning and or online work, and they have to be on Zoom or Google Meet or whatever the Windows one is, whatever the case may be. But every now and then you kind of forget. You forget what you're supposed to be doing. And so we're going to show a couple of these Zoom fails. Zoom fails. If I can get my computer there, right?
I had 3 from the
Janelle,
PDF I sent you this
can I
morning.
actually hop off this call since I'm not on this account?
No problem.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I'm looking at Daniel.
Sure. Let's just start off with
Daniel,
Go ahead,
Daniel thought he
Get
X'd
the
out.
masturbation
spending
on.
is up.
I'm
If
sorry,
you look at the graph right below.
What page are we on?
I'm sorry, we're on page 12, the second graph from the top.
Okay.
Danielle, turn your camera off.
All right. So
Sophia
if you look,
tried to
we're
save him.
0.15% higher than 2019.
She
We
tried.
started this quarter off at 2.75.
Look what that
Holy
is.
shit.
The one on the bottom left.
Daniel.
I don't think he's
Daniel.
January.
Oh
Is
my,
that for us?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Call Mika.
Oh my God.
You call Daniel on his cell. Call Daniel on his cell.
Oh,
How do we turn this sheet off?
shit.
Wow.
We can't.
Oh, hell no.
Daniel. Oh my God. Daniel is the host. Holy shit.
What made it so bad is that he was a host, so they couldn't even get him out of it. He was one of the hostess. Oh God, I do a lot of.
The girl.
What? Go ahead.
The girl, she was like, Daniel, your video's still on. Like, she already knew what it was, and she was just trying to tell him real quick.
Right. She was trying to save him, but
like we can never get involved with a former client ever, regardless of how long it's been, versus like some other professions, say a few years or whatever. I think it really depends on just like the ethical standards of the profession. And in reality, I've heard that social work kind of has very high standards and like good standards in terms of things, and that oftentimes people don't like people of other professions don't have.
Hold on.
What happened?
I saw nothing.
Oh my God.
Poor Jennifer.
I gotta.
Poor Jennifer.
What made it so bad is that the presenter don't know what's happening, so she's just talking and everybody over there just rolling. They like, she like, what's going on? Jennifer had to use the bathroom, honey. You hear me? She had to go.
That's why you put it up on the sink. You put it up on the sink so it sees the ceiling. That's what you do, Jennifer.
No, you turn your camera off until you finish. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Don't set it on the floor for everybody to see your business.
David Turner. David. Oh my God, who was that man naked? Wow, now turn your camera off, Tavion.
I don't know what's worse. She got the kid laying in the bed like this. She got the one kid over there knocked out like. And then
Tavion mama just naked as naked can be. Oh my gosh.
I got so many questions.
Naked?
First of all, who walks around their house naked in front of their school-age kids? That's what I want to know.
A lot of people.
I never. I feel weird just dressing in front of Jackson. I would never dress in front of Ethan. Be just walking around picking up laundry, but tail naked. No. Kids too curious. Hold on. Did you see what happened? Let me rewind. First of all, I need this in my life. You hear me? It was smart until it failed. It was real smart. until it failed.
Oh, like, what's gonna happen on this one? Oh my gosh.
We had a whole picture like, first of all, you don't think nobody gonna notice you ain't blinked, moved, or nothing?
They're just like, Jim is in it. Jim is into it. I think Jim really liked it until Jim didn't.
No, the only Zoom fail that I have had is that I have fussed at my kids and thought I was on mute. Like, Jessica, get your butt from down there. And they like over there, we understand. I'm like, oops, I have done that. But I don't cut my camera on until they say it's
I know. Thing. Well, with the kids, at one point in time I had 4 kids in there, so it was quite interesting. Mm-hmm. And so I was walking around like just fussing, and I was like, and then I heard the teacher say, "Make sure that your camera is on mute." I was like, "You're on mute?" I wasn't, but I am now. Like, keep it on mute. Don't take it off mute unless I tell you to.
I wish I could have found, because I had seen a video on Facebook one time where the mom was like straight cussing the kids out in the background. And the little boy was on there like, I said, that teacher done called Child Protective Services on that mama. She was on there just letting that. MLBITCA, everything, just going in. I told your ASS not to. I mean, she was letting them have it, and the teacher was just sitting there like,
any day now.
Like, Michael, Michael, and he was over there like. You got to be more careful, people. You got to be more careful. You walking around your kids naked?
I do sometimes.
Nah, they don't.
They ask questions.
I was about to say.
They do, but I mean, we go ahead and answer them. The only time it got awkward was whenever they thought that my penis was broke. They was like, "Mama, where's your penis?" Is it broke? Why are they out like ours? And I had to let them know.
Right. Ethan, I stopped being naked around him way early in the game. And Jackson, I'm gonna have to do the same thing, because if I get like dressing in front of him, he will come in the bathroom, and if he see that I'm naked, he'll start grabbing my nipples. Get out. He be like, and run off, and then come back and try to grab my again. I said, "Boy, if you don't get yourself off of me." He gonna be a breast man already. He ain't even 2 years old. He
just like, woo, 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 woo.
Can't do nothing. You hear me?
These boys, I tell you.
Hard out there in these streets.
You know what's hard out here for a pimp.
No. Oof. All right, for the second to last segment, we're gonna go to last call for alcohol. Pew 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 pew. Hers is so much better than mine. Pew pew pew. I gotta figure out how to put fire and stuff on it. But so Chaz, what are you sipping on tonight?
You know me. Vodka, cranberry, and orange juice. Look at it. Ain't it pretty?
It is pretty.
It's so pretty. It's the same drink that I had last weekend.
What kind of vodka you use?
This is just some Sky. Nothing spectacular. Okay. You know, I'm broke. You know.
Hey, that's all right. As long as you get the job done. And you don't wake up feeling like death the next day. That's all that matters.
Right. I wake up just fine.
Tonight I am sipping on some bourbon. I got the Jim Beam Peach. So I like it because I can drink it straight. I don't have to worry about mixing nothing.
Just put a little ass in it. Put a little ass in there and good.
That's all you need. I usually like white. People. Really, I usually like white liquor, but I've been trying out different browns because it's a different kind of feeling. Like it's a more mellow out, kind of tipsy, and white kind of is like a get crunk, tipsy. So you know, depending on my mood is when I drink which one. You know, if I want to just be feeling good but a little more mellow, I get brown. But if I want, you know, to turn up, then I usually get tequila.
Drink the white.
Man, so while we're sitting here enjoying our drink, I hope you guys have your drink ready for this last segment. And we're going to be on a serious note. Chastity is tired of y'all BS. I'm not going to cuss. I'm going to say BS. She been Facebook dating. She been Facebook / Tinder / whatever app is out today. I don't know nothing about it. And she gonna go into detail of why she tired of y'all BS.
The ghetto. Tinder, Facebook, all that. It's the damn dating ghetto. Let me just tell you. So I really ain't been paying attention to any of the stuff. Like if you like such and such like you, I'm like, okay, cool. So the other day I was bored and I was like, you know, let me just go through and see what messages I have. So Paul, 42, look like this. Gonna send me a message. Talking about, I want you. Let's link up. First of all, Paul, that ain't the way that you talk to somebody, number one. Number two, you out here looking like this.
Talking about you just want a friendship or a situationship, as people call it. Boy,
ain't nobody gonna have no friendship or no situationship with you. Nobody.
But he wants you.
Doggone it. Then he better want somebody else. I want $1 million. You don't see me here. I ain't got it. Shit. Made me mad. I'm just so over it. So I'm going to tell y'all about one of my dates that I went on. So, talked to this guy. He seemed pretty decent. We decided that we're going to meet up. Now, we have been talking about this for probably about 2-3 weeks. And we finally meet up. We go out on a date. Well, I head to his area because I didn't want him to come to where I live at. So I went to Raleigh. I get up there. And when I first get to where we were supposed to meet at, he wasn't there. So he was like, oh, I'm at such and such. Come over here. And I was like, okay. It was 5 minutes from the house. So from where I was at. So I was like, okay, fine. 5 minutes ended up being 10, 15 minutes because of traffic, but whatever. So I get over there to the other area. Bozo was not there. So then I'm mad. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to go back home. But if I go home, I'm going to get my kids. And I got a free night. So I really don't want to get my kids. So I was like, you know what? Let me call my friends, single friends, and see what they doing. And I go hit them up or whatever. So I call all my friends. All these whores is out there in the streets whoring. So I couldn't hang with any of them. So I was like, all right. So I called a dude back. I was like, where you at? He was like, I'm at Crabtree. I was like, okay. So I'm on my way to Crabtree. He calls me back. He was like, you know, I got off work late and I ain't been home. So I still got on my work clothes. You work construction.
Ooh, no.
You should have went home.
Right.
But whatever. I'm here. Damn it.
Let's do what we came to do. Yeah.
So I get to Crabtree. He comes to my car and he was like, how you doing? Now, whenever he gets to the car, y'all, this is how he doing. Like real slow motion. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He was like, I've been drinking. And see, he told me that he's not a drinker. So I was like, maybe he was a little nervous. So he was drinking. And that's why he's acting like this. Whatever. So then he was like, you know, he told me, he was like, my cousin over there in the car, her and her boyfriend just broke up and she don't want to be at home by herself. So I told her she can go out on a date with us. Okay.
Wow.
You know what? I'm cute. I'm all the way up here.
No.
We're going to go to the movie.
Like, bye.
I want to see this movie. No, I was like, I want to see this movie. You're going to pay for this damn movie. Damn it.
Right.
I done wasted my gas all the way up here and I rode around 3 damn times. You're going to pay for this damn movie. So we go to the movie. We get there to the movie. She drive her car. He in the car with me. So then I was like, okay, this nigga ain't got a damn car. But whatever. So
Lord Jesus.
We get to the movie. We get out the car. She goes over there. Hey, girl, I called Auntie such and such, and I was like, I am so proud of such and such girlfriend. I was like, no, we're just friends, and this is just the first and last date.
Right.
But no. And then she was like, let's take a picture so I can send it to the family. Like, you're the prettiest girlfriend he's ever had. Not girlfriend, ma'am.
We just
I'm not his girlfriend.
This is the first.
Just literally met.
You want to call it date.
Right, because you here. So then we go inside, and they had, the designated seats or whatever. So me and him sat together, and then she sat by herself. Y'all, Cindy on Scary Movie. Is it Cindy, the black girl on Scary Movie? What was her name? Anyway, Scary Movie. The black girl was like, the ghetto. That's how she was acting. Wow. And I was just like, oh my God, this is crazy. So anyway, we watched the movie. By midway of the movie, he starts acting his normal self, the way that he was acting whenever we was talking on the phone. So I was like, maybe he had drunk some liquor. He don't usually drink. He was nervous. And now he's back to his normal self. So by the end of the movie, we kind of like on better terms. And we leave out the movie. And he was like, so what you about to do? And I was like, I don't know. What are you about to do? And he was like, yeah, I'm about to go with my cousin to our house and we're going to get fucked up.
But you're not a drinker.
I'm going home.
Liar.
What are you getting fucked up on?
He straight lied. He lied about drinking. He ain't got no vehicle. He probably ain't even go to work. Just lied.
And then the kicker is, so after that, I was pretty much done. And then my son's birthday was like the next weekend. So I was having my son's birthday party. He kept calling, texting me. I'm busy. I'm trying to do a birthday party. It's my son's birthday party. I'm not thinking about you. Right. So he calls me probably like 2 days later or whatever. And I had ended up losing my phone, which was for real. He was like, you ain't answering none of my calls. I was like, I lost my phone. It was my son's birthday. I wasn't thinking about you. Mm-hmm. So we get into a little disagreement or argument. And I was like, you know what? I just don't think that this is going to work. Like, just lose my number. We'll call it what it is.
Right.
And so then I went on and blocked him from my phone. He starts calling me from different numbers. All these numbers keep calling me back to back. And finally, one number had popped up and it looked like somebody else's number. And I thought that it was them because my phone erases people's numbers all the time. So I was like, oh, that's probably such and such. So I answered, it's him. So then he wants to have a whole argument telling me that I missed out on the best thing he ever had. In the meantime, this nigga sneezes for 20 minutes straight. Achoo, achoo, achoo. And then after he gets finished sneezing, he goes, and I was like, what the fuck is that? He was like, I got allergies. I said, I got allergies too. I ain't never sneezed that much.
He on that cocaine.
So then,
that's what that is. He on that cocaine.
So then he's like, are you trying to insinuate something? I ain't trying to insinuate something. I'm just letting you know that I know what it is.
Right.
So then he goes and admits to me, well, I did have a little cocaine issue back in the day and I had got cleaned up and I did dip and dabble in it recently.
Everything that's wrong could be wrong is him. Oh my God. Picture perfect of just wrong.
I am just so over it. Crackheads, I don't want y'all. Yeah, that's one of my issues. It's a touchy situation for me.
Well, let's be clear. Coke and crack is two different things, so don't call them.
No, it's all the same thing. It's the same damn thing.
Coke
I
and
don't
crack
want.
is 2 different levels. It's 2 different levels.
One you cook and you add some baking soda too. It's the same damn thing. The water
it's
and
got the same
lemonade.
origin. You're right. It's got the same origin, but yeah, he. Oh my God, that's bad. Now, what makes you want to continue the online date after that?
That's why I'm kind of like.
She like, good question. People, why not just be yourself? Especially if what you say you were 42, just be yourself. There's somebody out there for everybody. So why lie? Because it's gonna catch up to you sometime or another. Your agent ain't gonna always be there. Thankfully for you, his other side came out on the first date, because he could have been just perfect for about 4 days. And just been terrible.
And the thing is, we talked for like 2, maybe 3 weeks before we even went out on the date, and the phone conversation was amazing. So then I'm just like, do I even sit around? Do I even sit and try to get to know people before I go out on a date with them, or do I go ahead out on a date with them and see what they are? Like, yeah, I wasted my time.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should have a little bit of conversation, because a lot of people show themselves within a while, but yeah, I won't waste too much time on people, because then you like fall for somebody who ain't that person. Clearly,
all right.
That was it. It might, yeah. No, he crazy.
A whole crackhead.
Hey, but that's, I mean, at least that's worse to me. Like, at least that ugly dude that she was talking about just came right out and was like, "Hey, I just want you. I just want a situationship." I respect that way more than somebody who gonna act like boyfriend material and then act like that on the first date.
Right.
That
exactly.
Ugh. I'm glad I'm not online dating, honey. Oof, too much. So overall, what do you think is wrong with the dating world today in 2020?
Usually what I notice is a lot of people try to be something that they're not. And especially on the dating apps, like everybody travels the world and everybody are financial consultants and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, y'all ain't doing all that stuff. Like, say that you work at Burger King, it's fine. If you work at Burger King, you work at Burger King. Right. I ain't never been out the country, and I'm fine with not being out the country. I'm okay with it. Stop lying. Stop doing all this unnecessary stuff to try to please everybody else. Like, be you. I'm me. I think that's what aggravates me the most about it, is because a lot of times I'm reading people's stuff and it's a whole bunch of bullshit, and I know that it's bullshit, and they just type in this stuff to try to appease women or whatever. Right. And you're gonna get somebody that you can't even live up to. Like, you.
Yeah, I just it's too much work to pretend to be somebody that you're not. Like, we all have, had a persona on social media that ain't all the way real. But when you're trying to find your life partner, if that's what you're saying you're trying to do, like, your real you is going to come out. So why hide it? That's why so many divorces are happening now, because you gave this person this fake you, and after a while that fake you run out. So it's like, just quit wasting people's time. That's for men and women. Don't be fake. Be you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to end up not being happy, because that person either is not going to accept the actual you, or you're going to get so tired of being the fake you that it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So why do it?
Yep.
You can do bad by yourself.
Save it. Exactly. Crackhead.
So okay. So again, Chastity, tell the people what kind of man you need in your life. What are you looking for? What is, I know you want somebody who's light, don't take the world so serious, has a personality and a sense of humor. You want a provider. What else? What are the qualities that don't get asked on the little check box of virtual dating that you want?
Not a crackhead.
That should be on the algorithm of dating websites, okay? Do you do crack?
It really should. It really. You know what? The crazy thing is there are so many people out here that do cocaine and that are open with it. And I mean, they be talking about it on Facebook, and you know that's what they're talking about. Like it's so common that it should just be asked so those people can meet each other and be cokeheads together.
And do it, but that wouldn't work because they wouldn't have nothing. It's you know. They be high, but that'd be about it. Like,
hey, if they want that Bobby and Whitney type of love, that's on them.
Honey.
Trying to
Bobby
think,
or
what
Whitney.
else?
Who was more toxic, Bobby or Whitney?
Whitney.
That's what I think too. But you know, some people assume that he was the bad one. He was bad, don't get me wrong. But rumor has it that she was the one who was all up on that drug before she even got with him.
You know, and I think like for them, he was always a bad guy. Like, and he didn't hide who he was. She hid who she was, and he knew her for what she really was. And I think, I honestly think that she was the most toxic.
Right.
And the most most crackheadish.
I mean, I didn't really watch that show like that, but she definitely looked way crazier than he did on that show. Which I know editing happens, and you know the producers they give us what they want us to see, but it's gotta be tough being a celebrity like her, like to be on that level, like Beyonce, Whitney, Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? On that level of being so famous and having your whole family on your back that you take care of. It's gotta be a lot of responsibility. Like, yeah. And she had one. And then you gotta live up to everybody's. Right, you gotta live up to what everybody. She gotta live up to what everybody has. That picture that they have of you, and she was one of those artists that wasn't really all the way black and wasn't really all the way white. So she was kind of in the middle, and she got grief for it. She got grief from the black people because her music wasn't black enough. She got grief from the white people because she was black. So I can't imagine having that kind of pressure on you, but I think people was definitely way too hard on Bobby. Yes, definitely. Look at him, he's still out here living. Yeah. Living and chunky. He ain't skinny like he was. Chunky in the mud. He stopped doing the drugs. You talking about somebody who looked good, though. That dude that played him on the New Edition store. Oh, I thought you was about to say Bobby. I was going to say, no, the hell he don't. The devil is a liar. No. But the dude that played him, that did the New Edition story and did the Bobby Brown story, I think his name is Woody something. Whew. Yeah, he did look good. Hey, Woody. Hey, Woody. Hey, follow us. Call Chastity. Do you follow Woody on Instagram? Because he had one video I really liked because he had a thick chick in it. And I was like, okay, go for the chicks. I don't be on Instagram like that. I need to be on Instagram more. I like Instagram. I need to step my Instagram game up. Maybe my man is on there. Hey, Jeezy. I mean, he on there, but he up under that Janet Mai, whatever. I don't talk about it. I just don't understand. What? I just don't get it. She's cool people. She's cool people. I like her, but I just don't understand. I've been here this whole time. Really? This whole time. If you'd have stepped your Instagram game up, you might have been with him. You had to step your Instagram game up. I ain't, no, because, yeah. I ain't, He was like, oh, Lord, look at her little boobs. Anywho, I
Ooh, my neck's
interrupted
sweating.
your list. So you said can't be a crackhead. What else?
I like somebody that knows how to be street and knows how to be business. Like I like hood guys. I, if you know how to cook crack, that's fine. But I also want you to know have book sense as well.
Okay, Nick, go ahead.
Are you?
She said you could crack this fine. I cannot. Anywho, go ahead. oh
Oh my God, my asthma. Oh, I need my inhaler. I don't know. Like right now, I can't think of anything else. Don't be in a hurry to try to meet my kids. That's weird.
That is
just
weird.
Me. And the crackhead, he was like, "Where's your son's birthday party at, nigga? Why you not coming?"
Right.
He was like, "I want to give him a gift." No.
He probably really didn't feel that way. He probably was just trying to impress you. But it's still weird.
He was like, I want to buy him some Jordans. No, I got money. I can buy him Jordans if I want to buy him Jordans.
You ain't even got a car talking about you go drive. Boy, bye. I can't. Anywho, all right. So if for all of our OPs out there, if you know a nice ghetto / gentleman for Chastity B, please hit her up.
How to cook crack. Not how to cook crack, but no. About Albert Einstein.
She want a hood nigga, but with some common sense. All right.
I feel so judged. Hit me up. You can find me.
Look, she feels so judged. Hit me up. Yeah, man. Life too short. And this is a dime right here, and not just looks, but she's the whole package. She's independent. She's easy on the eyes. She got her stuff together. Come on, y'all. She ain't trying to be wiped up tomorrow, but wiped up sometime.
She a little cray sometimes, but it's because of you, not because of me.
Right. And she'll try to please you, but she ain't putting no tuna nowhere. All right, so this has been another installment of Occasionally Posh. We enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans. This has been Chassie B. I am Denise. Y'all help me come up with another name. Anyway, Denise. Thanks for joining. Please please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye. Bye.